Hi, this
Hi.
is Paul Slack. It's Good News Planned. I'm speaking to Cantor Estherleon Schwartz. Hi, Cantor. How are you?
Thank God. All good.
All good is what we like to hear. And I'm also talking to Lenny Rosenberg. Is that right?
Yes, it is. How you doing?
Beautiful. Okay, good. Lenny's has a deli out there in Los Angeles in the Westwood area. It's called Lenny's Deli, and I got an opportunity to meet you, Lenny, and Esther I had met here in New York when she was sharing her Torah from the Holocaust, and she has a heck of a story, and we already have a beautiful story up about her and her family and her life and her mission in life, and she literally, and this was, I have to say, I took a double take on this. She said to me here in New York, you know, when you come out to Los Angeles, please join us in our Friday night's Shabbos service and dinner. And she said, and then she said, I said, where is it? And she said, Lenny's Deli. So I didn't know what to expect, but what I found out there was a beautiful gathering, a very, very sensitive gathering. And Lenny, you have a great restaurant over there. I even tried a lot of the different kinds of food. So, Esther, tell us, how did this all begin at Lenny's Deli?
Well, I love it. It actually all began 20 years ago. It began with my buddy, Dr. Maury Waxberg, and who extended his home to me when I first started my outreach to all peoples. And then as years went by, we connected, and he told me he was running for assemblyman in a certain district, and then he said to me, I have an idea for you, because I told him that I'd lost all my storefront spiritual reading rooms where I did Shabbat, and he said, I got the perfect place for you. And he says, Lenny's Deli. And I thought to myself, I said, like to God, are you serious? Well, within an hour, I got my car and I went over to Lenny's Deli, and I barged in. I don't even know if Lenny knew I was coming. And I said, hi, here's who I am. Maury sent me, and I want to do Shabbat here. And Lenny looked me up and down, and he had this, like, smile on his face. It was like, who is this girl? What's this all about? But anyways, and he just said yes. And from then on, it was like, it was like magic. It was really like magic, because people were coming, and they were, I know, Lenny, you tell them what happened.
Lenny, how did this happen?
Well,
he still doesn't know what happened because he's been taken by the storm.
It's pretty much exactly the way Esther described it. Maury Waxberg had approached me, who's been a longtime customer, and introduced me to Esther. And Esther basically said, what she wanted to do, and she delivered on her promises. And it's been, even more than what she promised. So it's been very busy. She brought a lot of clientele into the Friday night services. All my customers talk about it. Excuse me. All my customers talk about it, and and still it keeps growing every week.
See, Lenny has a very open heart, and that's what makes him different. And I'm not saying other people don't have open hearts, but he was willing to listen and take a chance, and that is why what Lenny provides, Lenny's Deli provides, is nurturing. Actually, not only the food, but the soul, and people feel that. I feel people feel that. So everything, as good as it is, I think tastes even better, because people feel what's going on when you walk in a restaurant. They feel the essence of the whole place. And Lenny, he, unlike any other owners, he's very open to meeting people, and he walks around with his goodies that he's just baked, and he just cares about the people that come in and wants to serve them and to feel good, and people love it. It's because it is like the talk of the town.
Lenny, tell us about, because you have holidays there, and people come and celebrate the various personal family events and personal events, and tell us about the restaurant.
Well, it's a full service restaurant, deli, catering, bakery, all in one. It's 11,000 square feet. It's been here for about 53 years, previously as under a different name. And now, we remodeled and reopened it under Lenny's Deli in February 7, 2013. And it's kind of a combination of a lot of different parts of my old restaurants. It's a full deli, Jewish deli, and also it's upgraded with a lot of, we use all natural meats, a lot of organic produce, a lot of gluten-free items like bread, cake, rolls, and pasta. And it's got the staple Jewish, items, sandwiches like pastrami, corned beef, brisket. And of course we have a full bakery, everything from the Jewish items like rugula and butter cookies to fancy birthday cakes. And of course we do catering. We do a lot of delivery catering. We even ship catering cross country to New York, New Jersey, Baltimore. We FedEx out breads, rolls. Obviously we can't do certain cakes, but we can, there's certain types of pastries we can certainly do. Usually do next day FedEx. And one thing this place is morphed into with a group, like the Friday night services, we do a lot of different groups like that on different nights, whether it's a music night, we have a kids night, we have a baking class, we have obviously the Shabbos dinner night, we have a jazz night, and then we do a lot of different functions where we promote the restaurant more than just an eating place. It's more of a community.
That's exactly what it is. Lenny has reached out to the community, not so much in words, but in his actions of how he has, the food is delicious. You walk in, you feel something that you really don't feel in other delis. You feel a community, you feel family, you feel at home. You feel you feel good there. You feel good there, and everybody's very friendly. People, families, and people meet their friends, and people are table hopping from one to another. It kind of reminds me of one of my favorite places in New York. It has that kind of energy. It has that New York energy. You feel very safe. You feel at home. You feel you're being nurtured. And the people, the servers, they're wonderful. They're just wonderful. I mean, nobody has an attitude of, what do you want? It's not like that. It's like, hi, what can I do for you? It's just so sweet. And one of the things that endears me big time, one of the things is that Lenny, I always teased Lenny because I asked him about his dad, and he told him that he's up in heaven with God, and how he was brought up. He was brought up very, very strict and religious. And you tell them, Lenny.
Orthodox?
Well, my father comes from a very religious Orthodox background, and I think what Esther's elaborating in is that my father would have, to make a long story short, my father would have liked the fact that we did the Friday night services. I think it's a good thing for the
that's
community.
What I'm alluding, and that makes me so happy, because I know his father's watching, aside from God watching and everyone else. I know his father's so happy, and that makes up for a lot of everything.
Well, Lenny, you had shared with me, since I'm a New Yorker, you had shared the fact that you had a bakery also here in New York City as well, right?
Yeah, my father had many stores in the city, in New Jersey. I had a lot in New Jersey and in New York also.
So you're not new to the business, and you had one of the most famous bakeries on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, you're talking about Ed Cliff.
Yeah. So this is in your DNA, I guess you could say. The combination of DNA and the family and the father and the Cantor Esther. It's a beautiful, beautiful good news gathering. That was my experience. And
yes,
and
he gives, and you know, Lenny gives the opportunity that others don't to give his place. I mean, after all, he's the one that pays that big rent. It's his space, but he shares it with people for them to shine, to give them an opportunity to have a platform to do their thing. And I just think that is so beautiful. I mean, because I've gone to other delis and suggested, before I ever went to Lenny's, just kind of suggested, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you, oh, no, we don't do that here. Lenny's open to anything, everything that's good and that feels good, you know, and he's very, very appreciated in the community, and he works so hard. No, I joke you not. He just never stops working. He never stops working.
Lenny, stop working. You can't work all the time.
Yeah.
But I think to him it's not work. I think to him it's his love. You know? I don't know. Is it something like that, Lenny?
I guess something like that, Esther.
a mix of being tormented.
This is a beautiful duo. I know that.
Love.
I can see the beautiful duo right here. So I'm sure you guys are having a wonderful time. Last question, okay. And Lenny, maybe you could share it first. What's good news for you?
What's good news for me?
Yeah.
What do you mean in terms of
anything, personally, professionally, whatever?
Well, just to see the customers walk in and have a smile and enjoy the food. It's as simple as that.
Okay. And Esther, Cantor Estherleon?
Well, good news for me is, that I met you, Paul. I met you, and you were the first to see the Torah on the boat, you know. And from that, look what has transpired. You've come to meet Lenny. You've seen, experienced Shabbat. So for me, that is like so precious. And now this moment we're talking on the phone 3-way, and that's good news. The good news is that we have the opportunity to do so many good things with the venues that we have. Lenny with the Deli, you with the good news that you spread around the world, and to me this is the best news of the news.